Welcome to Sandwich Sunday. I am your host, Chef Brian Tsao. This is the show where it's my mission to make awesome sandwiches inspired by the most unlikely of people. Today's signature sandwich goes to Zaria, musician, fellow Sully Guitar's endorsee, and she can shred the hell out of some Metallica. Before I go on with today's episode, I greatly appreciate it if you took a second to hit the link in the description below where you can visit my merch store. There you can find official Chef Brian Tsao Chef Kiss tees, aprons, cutting boards, a ton of other cool stuff, and every purchase directly supports this show. I sent Zaria 9 questions to answer, and based on those answers, I'm gonna make a signature sandwich that'll ultimately be named after her. You can view the full questionnaire on my website, also link in the description below. There, she mentions her disdain for black licorice, raw fish, but she likes Italian subs, and that's exactly where we're gonna start. We've had a lot of success with Italian style sandwiches on this show. Check out John LaMacchia's episode. Link is gonna pop up right over here. One of the things I love about Italian cuisine, period, is its use of fresh herbs. And I wanna make a version of pesto, something a little different. I'm gonna call it an Italian herb oil type of thing. So I have some fresh basil, parsley, thyme, and oregano. This is always the most time-consuming part, picking the herb. This is something I normally have the guests do with me, but if I'm throwing a party at home where I'm doing some cooking in the kitchen, this is definitely an area where I have friends jump in and help me out. For the fresh thyme, I am gonna go a touch more conservative on this because a little bit does go a long way. Now for the parsley, I have made pestos made entirely with flat leaf parsley before. I just love the green grassy notes that this gives you. Mix that with some garlic and lemon, unbelievable. One important step for making pesto or any type of herb oil is to make sure your blender or whatever you're using to chop is cold. So this was pre-chilled in the refrigerator, as well as this extra virgin olive oil. So the oil is cold, the blender is cold, the herbs are still cold, and this will help retain the bright green color. Herbs in. Almost forgot to put in some crushed garlic. And really, the only purpose for the crushing is to help the blending process so I'm not left with chunks. So I'm just gonna crush this and give it a rough chop. That goes into the blender. This is absolutely perfect between the consistency, color, everything I'm looking for. Now we add some fresh grated Parmesan. The more you add in, the saltier your pesto is gonna be, and also the thicker it's gonna be. I like to go a bit thicker and saltier. So let's add everything. Nice. Mix that in. Oh yes, I cannot wait to dig into this. This isn't an authentic pesto, but I think it gets the point across. It also adds in a lot of other herbs in there. Authentic pesto will typically have pine nuts in there, but who cares? What does it matter if it's authentic or not? Because this thing is delicious as hell. And now it's time to slice the bread. Wait, already? We're slicing the bread this soon? Chef Brian, have you gone crazy? No, I haven't gone crazy. You're just gonna have to wait and see. So let's slice this bread. As always, I like to leave the top slice cut a lot taller because, well, you know what's gonna happen later. Provolone, baby. Provolone, oh man, one of my favorite. Let's get this in the oven, cheese melted. My favorite part of the day is melty gooey cheese on top of my bread. And if regular provolone wasn't enough, here I got some sharp provolone. We're going to shave this right on top of the ooey gooey melted regular provolone. There's 2 provolones in this sandwich. Uh-oh, almost forgot to scoop out the top slice of the bread so I can bit more shit. Some fresh dried oregano on top of that cheese. Zaria mentions she likes spice, and you know what? I see you, girl. I see you. You know what? I liked you before, but I respect you now because you like it the spicy. Red chili flake to give it some of that spicy punch. Zaria also mentions she likes mayo. That's right, she likes the heavy sauce. And you know who else likes the heavy sauce? Chef Brian Sau likes the heavy sauce. So we're gonna heavy sauce, heavy mayonnaise the shit out of this sandwich, because that's why we scooped out the top bun anyway. Now some fresh sliced tomato right on top. Mayo. Next up, hard salami. No soft salami here, only hard salami. Jokes are so bad this episode. Who am I kidding? They're bad every episode. Now for some gabagool, capicola, gabagool. And last but not least, some of that prosciutto. Some of that prosciutto. Oh yes, we are going with all the Italian meats, baby. Zaria mentions she likes lettuce, but only for texture, not for flavor. And you know what? I would agree. There is plenty of flavor out of this sandwich, and there is plenty of crunch out of the Dutch crunch roll. So for this one, I'm gonna go arugula. That's got that peppery spice together with the red chili flake and the provolone. I can't wait to taste this thing. Next, the Zaria Italian herb pesto. She says she liked that vinegar. I'm gonna give her vinegar. Red wine vinegar, right on top of that arugula. And last, and certainly not least, the last component to go on this sandwich, the last item that's gonna go into this sandwich and make this truly, distinctly, and uniquely the Zaria sandwich, salt and vinegar chips, man. That's right, we are going nuts on this sandwich. Actually, it was Zaria's idea, not mine, but I don't need the credit, that's fine. I'm just a facilitator of awesome sandwiches because this is Zaria's sandwich. Not an original idea, but it's still awesome anyway. Zaria, thank you so much for taking part of Sandwich Sunday. You are truly an inspiration. I love seeing your content. If you haven't checked her out yet, check her out. I'm gonna put the link right here. Well, Jordan's gonna put the link over here. Check her out. Make sure to see her full questionnaire on my website. Let's finish off this sandwich. Let's top it off. Bam! Right on top. No hesitation. Let's cut it in half. Let's take a look at what we got inside. Oh, so much beauty. So much beauty in one sandwich. Let's take a bite. Very glad I didn't go with iceberg lettuce in this sandwich. There's definitely plenty of crunch coming from the bread, but between the texture of all these meats that are in there, pesto and the arugula, those textures just work in perfect harmony. And not to mention the mayo just kind of giving everything a nice creamy finish. Beautiful, beautiful sandwich. You know what's kind of fun? The crunch of the potato chips is so significantly different from the crunch of the bread. I can literally distinguish it within every bite. Like within one bite, on one side I can crunch bread, and on the other side I feel the crunch of chips. It's actually a lot of fun.